Do you think when you get to heaven, God's going to be happy with what you did to Shaq and Tanya?
I saw Shaq tweet, bad energy, stay far away. After the podcast, we talked about, oh yeah, we should all go for food. So I was like, where's this energy coming from? So I was like, let me call my man and speak to him direct and not do the internet thing.
This is the +44 podcast. I'm Zeze Millz.
Yeah, what's that about?
What's that all
And
about?
I'm Sideman. Music,
Culture.
UK. This is +44 from Wondery. Hello, YouTube. You are watching the +44 podcast YouTube highlights.
And this week we have a special interview with Remchex. But first, let's get into what's been happening this week.
Zeze's fake. Zeze calls me on the phone on a Monday. Yo, if you don't say to Shaq and Tanya exactly what you've been saying to them online, you're fake. And I'm going to tell everybody on the podcast that you're fake. Click. Tuesday. Yo, if you don't tell everybody that you told Shaq and Tanya that they're the worst couple in the entire world, I'm going to flip on you. Then the day comes. David, why are you going in on Shaq and Tanya and playing peacemaker?
It's not my fault that you are not intelligent enough to know how to fix your tone when you're talking to people.
Because Zeze Millz knows how to fix her tone.
You're shouting. You could have said everything you said, but if you didn't shout to prove that you're alpha, all you was doing trying to prove to me that you're alpha.
So that's what we were doing.
You're shouting again.
I'm going to keep my voice at pterodactyl level. You put a battery in my back for 4 days. And the thing is, whatever these lot saw online, that's the calm version. It's you playing peacemaker when you told me to basically light them up like a Christmas tree.
It's not my fault that you didn't know how to do that in a way that made sense.
It made sense to me. Millions of views on TikTok. I think it made sense.
I told you to do that because I said to keep the same energy.
Yeah, that was my energy.
That's the energy that I had on with you. How's it my fault?
You put a battery in my back to do it, then played peacemaker.
So if I put a battery in your back to jump off a bridge, are you going to do it?
It's not about what I did. It's the fact that you played peacemaker.
I don't have anything wrong with them. I wasn't the one.
So if you ain't got nothing wrong with them, why are you telling me to unload?
Because you are on the internet cussing them. You can't sit in front of them and be like, hi, Shaq and Tanya. So I'm saying, if you don't keep the same energy, you're silly. What you said was right. Your delivery was just way, way, way off. And that's why I had to be peacemaker. Because even I knew this was going to happen.
Well, shout out to my favorite, Shaq and Tanya. I wish them all the best.
Are you not going to tell them that you told Shaq to call you?
First of all, don't make it sound like that. Ring my phone, bro. Like,
DM Shaq and said, yo, bro, give me your number. You're not going to tell them that.
That's not what happened. I saw Shaq tweet, bad energy, stay far away. And then I was about to comment in Shade Barrow. That's interesting. Because we were supposed to be going for dinners and shit. Like, after the podcast, we talked about, oh yeah, we should all go for food rare to test. I was like, where's this energy coming from? So I was like, let me call my man and speak to him direct and not do the internet thing. So I called him and I was like, yo, bro, like, right now they're cooking me. Why are you mad? They're cooking me. You lot should be posting this clip because you lot have been the villain since you came out because people didn't like you. Now they don't like me. You should be capitalizing on that. Sorry if my energy came off crazy, but what I said...
But how could you have not known that your energy was coming off like that?
Mum's life, I left that podcast that day and I thought, oh, that was such a wonderful conversation.
No, you didn't. There's no way.
Zeze, on God.
That means you're not self-aware of yourself, and that's a red flag.
That is absolutely true. I'm a very passionate person, and I need to remember...
Ladies, beware of men that don't have to control their emotions.
No, it's not in control of emotions.
Because that's what happened.
It's passion. And I don't see it as a problem. The internet's just soft.
Even I was a bit like David. I remember I told you, I said, David, you know I'm not soft. That's why you were shouting at Shaq and Tanya, because I'm the soft person.
Yeah, but I'm saying the internet's soft.
Calls, so look how you was acting. I've got you around my little finger, bro.
I said that you put a battery in my back.
Should we read some of the comments that people said about you?
Did you just try and move on me?
Here we go.
Sideman
needs to sit down and stop dealing with Shaq like that. This draw out was very uncalled for. There's so many positive things that could have been said about Shaq, and this is where you decided to land, giving weird behavior.
Shall we address that first?
Nah, I feel like we can just read the comments.
Oh, you just want to read the cookout?
Sideman is a friend you need to make you snap back into reality. See? Most of you clearly live in fairyland.
Amen.
The truth can be harsh sometimes.
Glory.
You just have to take it for how it is, no sugarcoating.
Yep.
Someone else said, Sideman forgets you have to be fake and act like a yes man to people's faces these days. Being real is fast lane to be cancelled. Obviously, they're being sarcastic. Like, you know, the ones where you're like to me, Zeze, you forget the internet. They're dumb. He's basically saying, bro, you should have known that you can't do this to people because the internet's gonna get all upset.
And the internet's fake.
Sideman been dreaming of an opportunity to position himself as the alpha male. Zeze told him he isn't.
Gosh.
This was it for him, but he literally proved a point. Just picking on Shaq because he knows he's sensitive. Silly guy, and they even gave him thumbs down.
Picking on a man by telling him, yo, bro, pattern because the end is coming soon.
Someone said Sideman did an excellent job. Capital letters. He was asking the questions, we need the answers. Someone said, I don't even feel sorry for Shaq after he used to pick on people on that show. Now you met your match, you can't talk.
Why are people so wet?
Hey, they're basically saying you gave Shaq a piece of his own medicine.
I'm not accepting that compliment. Why are people so wet talking about what Shaq did 75 years ago?
Sorry, can I just say something? I just want to read out this comment. Thank the Lord for Zeze. I know. Because this would have been a painful watch without her energy, laugh, and a heart face.
Don't you find the internet funny? 2 days before this, your interviewing skills were being dragged through the mud.
No, actually not my interviewing skills. The fact
that you interviewed
Clarke on my show. They actually said my interviewing skills were quite good. I was quite impressed with that.
I actually thought your interviewing skills were wonderful. My interviewing skills had much to be because I didn't let them talk. But I
hope you don't really let anyone talk, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you find a way to get a word in edgewise.
Yeah, I always will find a way.
Yeah, because you start with abuse.
Yeah, and that's the way to shut you up.
Yeah, start with abuse. You also were getting roasted under the fire of social media because of your NOEL CLARKE interview. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
We got any comments here on that?
Yeah, there's loads of
snap.
things. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
I was happy doing it. I was happy to do it. I think it's a conversation that needed to be had.
I'm not really trying to hear anything that you have to say until I see these. What? Surprised Zeze didn't ask NOEL CLARKE if he was going to buy NBC. What does that even mean?
Oh, because they always say that, anytime like a black man's getting taken down, it's because he's about to like buy a big name. Because that was the rumor about Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Love you, Zeze, but this isn't it. I'm actually shocked. This dude has ruined lives. Not everyone deserves your platform. What's your thoughts?
I'm happy with the interview. I think it came across well. My whole thing was to have a conversation just about being tried by social media, what that means.
I want people to get in trouble for what they did. 20 women came forward. You don't even have to say what they came forward for. If I start a story with 20 women came forward, what do you think I'm talking about?
Sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment.
Sexual misconduct.
Sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
And this is what the internet does. The internet is only extreme.
It
is either black or it is white. I want people to get into trouble for what they did. If you did 3 crimes, I want you to get in trouble for 3 crimes. If you did 1 crime, I don't want you to get in trouble for 3 crimes.
Right.
I'm realizing how confused the comment section is with this NOEL CLARKE thing. When the NOEL CLARKE thing dropped, I read through all of the allegations. I would say the majority of the allegations are more about his bullying.
Yeah.
Or his, like you said in the interview, he's not a nice guy.
Right.
All of that kind of stuff. But if you put in The Guardian, 20 women have come forward, you already know what the people are going to do. They are going to assume. I'm watching even man them in the comments and Made You Think. And Made You Think's comment section is man rep heavy. Like they're more
bunch of guys that are a bit slow. But anyway,
they are. They're not fast. Their treadmills on too. But even they are saying, 20 allegations is a bit mad still. And that's what I'm realizing. When a narrative is built against you and it's strong enough again, no one cares about context.
No one
cares
reads
about nothing.
the article. No one reads anything.
And now that I'm saying this is the news report. Sideman defends NOEL CLARKE
with 20
allegations. I'm just saying, say the allegations that he was allegated.
I just realized actually that people don't actually watch stuff as well. They just see things, they react. So he's got to deny all 20 allegations. Like, actually, in the interview, he admits to a couple of them.
You don't need to deny some of them.
He's like, he admits to a couple of them. So really, you haven't even watched it because he clearly said, actually, this happened. This idea that you have to be, you're not even a journalist, you haven't even got accreditation, you haven't got this and all these things.
Listen, this whole thing about if you're not working for the BBC or you're not working for this person, they get the guest, blah, blah.
Right.
Your integrity is your integrity.
100.
Anything you do is something you did.
Right.
It's like, you think you can book God in heaven and say, the BBC told me to do it, so I have to do it.
Right,
do you know, it's like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Right, London Hughes, I love you.
It wasn't even London Hughes.
I'm saying London Hughes, I love you.
It was
London Evelyn Hughes, I love you. But Louis Theroux has more control over his guests than you do as an independent person.
100%. like literally.
It's just ridiculous.
And half of the people that we like, Louis or Ross Kemp. Ross Kemp is an actor that decided that he wanted to do good documentaries. You know what I mean? All the people that we look and their documentaries that we love, they haven't gone to uni to study journalism. So all these people that wanted to say, oh, you need to have this, you have to have accreditation. No, and you know what I realized? It was when I looked at all the tweets, it was just a bunch of journalists angry.
Yep. Make some noise for Remtrex! Woo, woo, woo. All right. We have a Bromtown native in the building. How are you, sir?
Good as can be.
Okay, so let's set the scene. For all of those listening, because this show goes everywhere, who is Remtrex? How would you describe the artist known as Remtrex?
I can't even give it a genre, because it's all kind of sections. Cause I can do the fast thing, the slow thing.
Obviously, you've called the mixtape Not Guilty.
Yeah.
So would you say now that you are fully dedicated to making sure that that doesn't happen again?
Yeah, that's the only. I've been living the most coolest life you could ever think of. Like, straight up.
Is it hard for you to live a straightened life?
Yeah, very, 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 very hard.
The
hardest thing I've ever done.
I respect you for saying that.
Yeah.
As much as I might be like judgmental online about a certain type of lifestyle, I can imagine if that's all that's been your path. It's difficult. We had a conversation similar like this to Harry Pinero, and he was basically saying he never tells the young kids like, don't do bad stuff, because he was like, they're never gonna get it because they've come from this, they're making this amount of money. Who am I telling?
I wouldn't be going and doing all that, like, oh no, don't do.
Right.
Because people got you, no matter what, they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
That's what Harry was
saying.
But
what I can say is what comes with it.
Right.
I can do that.
The only thing that's going to stop certain lifestyles from being appealing to young people is if we separate the cool from it. It seems attractive. It seems appealing. You see the risks as well. You see man go in, but man have even made that appealing. The out of prison freestyle is the new rollout. Man can't even, as soon as the bar opens, there's somebody there with a camera.
And champagne.
And champagne. Like, if you come out and you ain't in something mad, it's like, did you really come out of prison? Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. So I feel like every part of the lifestyle is glorified and it's cool. Kids will do whatever is cool, no matter how lame it is. How liberal is your mindset towards marketing? Could we see Remtrex doing a TikTok?
I got TikTok, but I'm not doing no funny dances.
Oh, yeah. Do you feel like, in terms of navigating social media now and marketing, do you feel like it's difficult because it's like there's so many things that might go against what you feel like is cool?
Yeah. Like, you're not going to see me doing some weird dance on TikTok. Even if that's going to make me sick, that's not me. I'd rather just stay to myself. If that means I'm going to be popped down, and so be it.
I don't like doing dances on TikTok either.
No, I'm not doing
I'm not dissing the people that do it, that's their lane.
Yeah,
that's what they like, you get me?
And also, they might just be at that age.
No.
Brother, there's a lot of things that we used to do back in the day that was corny.
There's a lot of rappers that have not put out music, but you're there doing TikToks, and that is the only way you're relevant. So that is not...
Put a name on that bullet, because I don't even know what you're talking about.
There's bare of them, and they know who they are. Then there was some girl that was trying to say that apparently I was taken out for dinner.
By the Illuminati.
I wish I did get
Illuminati, a steak. Yo, holler me. The way people be telling me that you've hollered me. If I'm going to get the slap.
If the Illuminati had followed you, I hope you'd get better clothes.
You know what it is? There's too much people putting out stuff, and everyone's just ready to take
options.
in the fake stuff. The London scene, they're a bit more. They're close-knitted a bit more. Birmingham, it's just none of that.
Why do you think there's not more cooperation in Birmingham?
You see, like, the mentality. Don't do nothing but block everyone.
What do you think it takes for that to change?
It takes 59 miracles.
So before we go, make sure you check out all the new releases this week across the +44 playlist on Amazon Music. You can download the Amazon Music app or just ask Alexa.
As well as the main +44 playlist, we also have the R&B playlist, the rap playlist, and the Afro playlist. You have been listening to the +44 podcast from Amazon Music with me, Sideman.
And me, Zeze Millz.
Listen to the +44 podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music.